Hello, Sabrina Alery here with a video tutorial for Clearsnap, and today we're going to be creating a very easy and pretty party banner that you can use for birthday parties, tea parties, any sort of party occasion. All you have to do is switch up the sentiment. And to create this, we're just going to be using some die-cut cardstock, and we have our Mixed Media Ink line. These are some of our older colors and our newly released colors as well. We have Mossy Black, Chiffon, and Jasmine. The coordinating Mixed Media Inks, Embossing Powders, and Chiffon, Black, and Jasmine. And I'm also going to be using our Scents color. This is the Scented Lemonade Embossing Powder, as well as the Clear Embossing Powder. We have two of our Rollagraph wheels, Simple Dots, and Words, some glitter and silver lining, emboss gloss, and some glue gloss if you'd like it. You'll need several different stamp images, some pop dots, some liquid glue, and a tape runner, and I think that's about all you need to get started. Just show you what the banner is going to look like when it's completed here before we get started. And then to make each of those pennant pieces, I just have some die cut images and then a little bit of chipboard. And I'm going to lay a paper towel down. I know my mat is pretty dirty already, but we're going to try and avoid getting any more ink on there. And then I just have this Simple Dots Rollagraph here that I'm using with the Memory Essential Get Rolling tool. And when I'm using the Rollagraph without the self-inking handle, I really like to use it on this tool. It just makes it easier and quicker to ink your stamp up. Just going to roll that across there very smoothly. And then I'm going to use another piece of paper towel to sprinkle the embossing powder on. Normally I just use a piece of cardstock, but I found that with the paper towel, the particles come off so smoothly, even though the paper towel is textured. I can just dump everything right off and I don't have all those little bitty pieces stuck left over on my cardstock. So we'll just set that aside. That was the Jasmine and then the coordinating Jasmine Mixed Media Ink. And for this plain pennant here, I'm just going to stamp up. I have a chicken wire background, and we're going to stamp that up with the Mossy Mixed Media Ink. And this is one of the newer colors. There haven't been the coordinating embossing powders released yet. I hope they will, but I'm not totally for sure. So just to keep that same dark color, we're just going to sprinkle some of the clear embossing powder on here. I keep that in just a little plastic container. I'm sure you've seen other people that do that too. Just makes it easy because I use the clear a lot anyway. You can use a spoon to sprinkle it on or whatever. And then I have this little banner here. I just cut this out myself. It's actually supposed to be sort of a peachy orange color, but it looks a lot more red than I wanted it to, especially when I stamped and embossed the black ink on here, but that's okay. Just have a star background here and transfer that. I use the non-textured side of the cardstock here just to make sure that the stamp image transferred as smoothly as possible. And then we're going to sprinkle the coordinating black Mixed Media Inks embossing powder here. Just the black color, the black ink. I really like with the Mixed Media Inks that they're really juicy, so they have really great coverage, and it also the pigment stays wet longer, so you have longer to emboss. You probably do all of these at once and then emboss at the end, and that would be no problem. Now here I'm using the Words Rollagraph, and on this little butterfly die cut I can just roll that across there one time. This is with the chiffon ink, and then the embossing powder is an even paler pink. It's like the lightest baby pink, which is even lighter than the cardstock that I'm using. Again, we're just going to sprinkle the excess off. I'm just amazed at how nicely the powders came off of the back. I'm just going to poke the middle out. I have this little chipboard letter here that we're going to use with the emboss gloss. I find when you use the emboss gloss to emboss to cover your image, you want to use a good heavy coating, because that'll really help the pigment hold on there. And then we're going to be using the Scents Lemonade Scented Embossing Powder, which is really fun and I think adds a little bit of extra something for this party, especially where you're going to be having food. We'll probably be using this banner for a tea party to start with. I can have the kids smell the lemonade. Just a little something extra fun. And then with the A, I'm going to just use some liquid glue to give this a nice coating. Normally I would use my glue gloss, but it just so happens that I use that for everything. It has such nice coverage and it's so easy to use that I have used all of it up and I don't have any left. So any liquid glue will work for that, and then you just sprinkle your glitter on there. This is the silver lining color, and the particles are nice and small, so they stick really well. Now I've stuck all my pieces that need to be embossed just in an empty box here, the larger box that you get when you order scrapbooking papers online. And I'm just going to emboss these here all at once, assembly line style. This makes everything go a little faster. And then when all of those colors are set nicely, we're going to start to assemble. We have the scalloped pennant, and we're going to put the plain pennant, layer that on top with the pop dots. I really think the extra dimension really makes everything pop. You get the dimension from the embossed images, and then you also get the dimension with the pop dots. So the butterfly is going to go on the banner. We're going to pop up the butterfly and the banner. I'm going to center that here. The chipboard A will go on top with another layer of dimension. And all the layers really, I think, helps make the banner a lot sturdy. So you could use it outside, even on a windy day. I don't think you would have any problem with it falling apart. And then when that glittered letter is dry, you're going to want to make sure you let it dry completely, or you're going to get glitter all over your fingers. And I'm just going to stick that down inside the negative. Once you get that down there, you're just going to hang all the pieces together with a piece of ribbon that'll go in between the two back pieces of the pennants, and that completes your banner. Thank you so much for joining me today. For more ideas and inspiration, please visit clearsnap.blogspot.com, and for product information, please visit www.clearsnap.com.